What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hurt Business Podcast. As always, I'm one half of the host. My name is Ferris Big Hurt Sharari, and I'm joined today by
Real bad man, Josh.
in the building. We have a stacked podcast of topics to talk about, so we're gonna just check all these. We're gonna open with Naoya Inoue. Then we're gonna go into the boxing this weekend with Kambosos and Lomachenko fighting.
Come on,
What
dude.
happened?
It's Kambosos, all right? Don't be disrespectful.
My bad. Well, he's fighting Lomachenko this weekend. We got UFC St. Louis that Josh is so excited about. And yeah, but let's jump into our first topic on today's schedule. The Japanese phenom, the monster, prevails in an interesting bout. I was on my way to work this past Monday morning, as a lot of us were in the Northeast, and sitting through traffic, as a lot of us were here in Boston. You know, that rush hour traffic is no joke.
I was
Right?
at work already, but
Yeah, must be nice. You're an early riser. I'm not, And you drive out of the city. I'm going to the city, a little different. But yeah, I was sitting in traffic. I was listening / watching the Naoya Inoue, shout out streaming, watching the Naoya Inoue piece up Lewis Nery until Lewis dropped him in that first round. And I like screamed in the car. I was like, oh!
you were watching it in the car?
I was watching that. You got the car stand.
I ain't got that.
You got to get it, bro. That's a must-have investment.
I just use Apple CarPlay.
I know, but then you got to put the phone up.
I just put it in my hand.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys. I like to drive one hand, phone in the other. It's better.
Nah, man.
It's better that way.
Invest in one of those phone holders, bro. It's
Get me
a
one.
game changer. I will. I think you just recently got a car. I think that's a nice car warming gift.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
I'll send one over. Her business.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
I'll let you guys know if he actually does, or if he's just being a piece of shit. I'll let you guys know.
But Naoya Inoue, bro, got dropped in that first round, and I couldn't believe it. It was a
First
shocker.
time in his career.
First time in his career, and a guy I'm a kind of a late bloomer to him. I've watched his past 7 to 10 championship fights of his, so I didn't see him learning. I just seen the perfect version of him. You know what I'm saying? And it was really cool to see him on the ground, losing for a second, but the response of it, and then he bounced back, and the longer the fight went, the worse it was getting for Nery. And Naoya was just so accurate and landing everything with so much power, and the closing sequence was such a clean combination. Put him out, put him away, and still what did you think of your boy's display in Japan?
Yeah, I mean, similar to how you thought. I was like, fuck, I can't believe he went down. But it's good that he experienced that. It wasn't too bad of a knockdown. It was more like he didn't see the punch coming, and it knocked him off balance. But he wasn't hurt at all from that punch. So I'm glad he got to experience that in his career. But like you said, after that, it was the Naoya show, through and through. There was just such a clear difference between both the fighters. Naoya is such a good fighter; he makes other really good fighters look like C-level fighters, which is insane because Nery's not the worst fighter, right? He's not championship material like how Naoya is, on that kind of level, where Naoya can just kind of walk through people in different weight classes. Nery just can't really do that. But Naoya just makes it look so easy, man. Yeah. And that power was so different. It was so different when you see how Nery reacted to the punches versus how Naoya reacted to the punches. Nery his equilibrium was all off.
Yeah, it was for sure.
2 times he fell. Yeah, those 2 times he fell. I thought after the second one, it probably should have ended there. And then, he just got knocked down again in that 6. And it was a clean right hook. Yeah. And he just put him out. It was done for. It honestly wasn't that much of a surprise to me because I thought he was going to get knocked out early. I predicted that.
Yeah.
But definitely the knockdown in the first round, I was like, oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. But we
got to fight.
We knew Louis Nery was dangerous.
Right. Yeah.
We knew he like that dude. He wasn't like no chump. He was a legit champion and like a guy who it was funny. It was cool to see the Top Rank and how they promoted this fight leading up to it with him being kind of hated in Japan, given his history, coming in, beating a world champion at home, and then coming back overweight after testing positive for some like he had so much history. He was the perfect villain.
Yeah.
And then Naoya Inoue was the superhero. How about that venue, bro? How about like, did you see how fucking cool it looked in that arena?
Yeah.
55,000.
I gotta get out to we gotta get out to one of those.
Bro,
that venue was insane.
I would give my kidney to be in that arena. Like just to see that live, bro. That would be so insane.
Yeah. They really went all out for this event, and on a Monday.
Yeah.
It's just such a shame we can't do these kind of events like in the U.S. for Noah, which he deserves. He's had one fight in the U.S. It's insane. Like he needs a lot more than one fight. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but like I kind of appreciate that he's putting on for like Japanese boxing. He's bringing the big show to his home soil and not like just trying to do what everybody's doing and chase the biggest bag here in the US. He's like the biggest bag is coming to me here in Japan.
I agree. I just think he needs I agree, but I think he should have more events in the US.
Yeah.
I think he's already a global superstar. People want to see him, but they don't have access to see him. We don't even have it's one thing not having access to physically go to these venues. We don't even have access to watch him. It's so early on a Monday. We can't even watch his fights.
Yeah.
As regular humans. Yeah. That's like kind of my issue is I think they need to be a little, I don't know. I think he needs a little bit better management and as far as getting him to the US a lot more, but that's kind of just the weight division too. There's not really much guys in his weight class that are really good in the US. Either that or he's ran through them already. So you know, he's out here fighting Dominicans and and Mexicans, like you know. So I respect it, but we gotta you know get him some worthy competition out here in the U.S. Just get him out here. Get him out here to Vegas, New York. Get him out of New York, and I'll go see him.
Yeah, I would totally go see that dude if he comes to New York. How about this, man? The big topic of discussion after his fight is pound for pound rankings. Is he number one?
I think he's tied number one with Crawford.
Like 1A, 1B?
I think 1A, 1B, and I'll put him A.
He's A. I feel like it's not fair to lock up two people for one spot. At that point, it's basically like Noya's 1 and Crawford's 2. It might as well be that.
We can put them both there, man. I think they're both like at that level. You know what I mean? Like, I agree. They both wipe their divisions. You know, they both, look like unbeatable in their fights. Like they leave no doubt in their fights ever. Like who wins? No is knocking everybody out. Crawford is unanimously beating all his opponents or knocking them out. Like they leave no room for judging. And I think that's what makes you pound for pound is there is no room for judging in any of your fights. And you can't put either of those guys over each other. Like there's no way you'd be able to put Crawford over Naoya. There's just no way.
Yeah.
And there's no way you could put Naoya over Crawford, so that's just what it is.
For you. For me.
God damn it.
If you're asking me. And I've thought about this a lot since the fight. And like going into it, I'm like, it's Crawford. But the more I think about it, the more it gotta be Naoya.
Yeah.
It gotta be. Naoya is the pound for pound king at the present moment, and I'll tell you why. Yeah, Crawford had like the fight versus Spence, I think, is more impressive than anything Naoya has done thus far. But whenever you think about what Naoya has done consistently, Like the guy's fought in how many times the past 2 years and knocked them all out.
Yeah.
That outweighs for me. Like the one fight for Spence and Crawford, that was way bigger. But then activity is ultimately the factor for me that gives Naoya that pound for pound king slot.
Okay. Yeah. I guess like everybody kind of has like their own way of comparing the pound for pound, rankings. You're kind of going like, okay, activity, the way they're beating their opponents. So I like that. I'm more like, okay, are these guys leaving any room for judging? Like, okay, that's checked off. How are they beating their opponents? That's number 2 for me. But number 1 is like, they leave no errors in their fights. Like, of course, Naoya got knocked down. He didn't see that punch coming. So maybe you could argue that that's the weakest he's looked in his career. Somebody might knock him down a point. Be like, oh, Crawford, Naoya, you got knocked down. Too bad. Hasn't happened to Crawford, oh well. And I can see somebody making that argument. But, it's all there's no definitive way of like deciding who's the pound for pound king.
Yeah.
Other than people's own perspective on how they view the list. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's like, Tyson Fury's the pound for pound king right now.
Yeah.
Nobody would probably agree with him, but he believes it. He's like, yo, sure. Tyson Fury has not lost a fight.
Yeah, I agree.
He's taken some difficult fights.
It's subjective for sure. We're all gonna have a different list.
He had a tough fight with Otto Wallin. He almost lost his O in that fight.
Yeah, that was like 5 years.
Bloody ass fucking eyebrow. Like they could have stopped the fight. You know what I mean? So it's like some people look at stuff like that. Okay, he faced adversity in his career, and he got back up and did his thing. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. That's all my piece on that. Fair. But I got to put them head to head, man. I can't put either or ahead of each other, man.
Fair.
They're both got that. They both got that spot. Yeah. They just got to duke it out. They just got to fight it out. Yeah, 168 versus a fucking 120.
Yeah. That might be the only thing to stop Naoya is a heavyweight.
Crawford's a big boy. He's 168 walking around like 200.
Yeah. All right, last topic on Naoya. There's a lot of potential fights. Him moving up, him moving down, him staying in that same weight class.
Yeah.
Let me throw a name at you that I thought of. There's a little world champion, he's
Tank Davis. I want to see it.
That's fire, but he'd have to move up, and that's a significant weight difference. So I don't know how possible that is. This one's a lot
much different.
It's like 10 pounds, 12 pounds.
But they can do a catch weight.
That's at 130. Tank would have to come down from 35.
Yeah, they'll do a catch weight. Meet in the middle.
Possible. I would love that. That'd be like
that's my dream fight right now.
Yeah, I think that fight right there might be like the biggest possible fight that could be made in boxing.
Ever. Yeah,
like in boxing today, like that's
the most explosive fighters, the hardest hitting guys going at it, and it's not out of the realm of possibility. They would just have to do it at a catch weight.
Which at what?
130.
Yeah, that's the thing. Tank would have to come down. Naoya would have to go up. Super Bantam is what, 122?
Pretty low.
Yeah, that's 8 pounds. That's not ridiculous.
But he, if I'm not mistaken, has entertained 125 with a fight with what's his face? I swear to God, they were talking about him fighting Navarrete, which I was like, that's never gonna happen. Yeah. Navarrete's a light, but I can't remember the name off the top of my head right now.
I would love Shakur to fight.
Shakur.
Let's not even get into that.
Dude,
Twitter finger mania, and I love Shakur, but that dude, nobody tweets more than him. Anyways,
Kambosos is gonna, Lomachenko's gonna beat Kambosos this weekend and fight Navarrete and end his career. But let's continue.
The fight. Hold on.
Spoiler.
Before we move on to Kambosos and Loma, the fight that I that I heard in an interview that is a possibility. I would love Naoya to fight. There's this world champion from Texas. Nah, not ringing any bells. He just beat the brakes off
Are
of
you
Sonny Edwards.
serious?
Bro, could you
You want your man?
imagine?
You want your man to get killed?
Nah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that he's a puncher, a boxer, pure boxer.
He
And
is, but
he really be knocking dudes out, as we seen what he did to Sonny Edwards. Right?
I don't know if
He
he's ready for that kind of power,
does
man.
this. I don't know if he is either, but kid you up, that's a fucking banger.
Oh, it'll be a banger. It'll be a banger, man. It'll be a banger, all right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about that one, man. I think I don't think they would do that to Bam, man. I don't think they'd set him up like that.
You don't think so?
I think they want him to be an undisputed, unified champion at his weight division. And if they set up a fight with Naoya, that's never gonna happen. I'm sorry. Naoya's gonna wreck that train for him. And if Naoya wants to come into the division and disrupt it, then he can't avoid that. But I don't think they would directly set that fight up, man. I don't know if they do that to your boy.
Way to crush my dream.
I'm not trying to crush your dream. I'm not.
It's maybe one day. Maybe one day. All right, moving on. Kambosos, former world champ, undisputed against Vasyl Lomachenko, Ukraine's finest soldier. What'd you think headed into this boxing fight?
We got Gramps fighting Kambosos. Two guys that lost by their father, Devin Haney. And Lomachenko has just went missing after he lost to Devin Haney 9 months ago. And both guys, I love the fact that both these guys fought Devin Haney, because it just makes me feel a lot better about Devin Haney getting demolished by Ryan Garcia full of steroids. Anyway, this is a fight that was, I know how people are feeling about this fight. They're like, all right, so this is the level of competition Lomachenko's doing. Like, this is what he's doing at this point in his career. But on the contrary, you got to think of all the other guys who fought Kambosos, Devin Haney, Teofimo, who took a fight with this guy. It's really no different, right? Those guys were world level fighters. How is it different than Kambosos? But I think the whole story is, Kambosos is old. He should have finished Devin Haney, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of like the story of this fight, which is like, I don't think they should really be treating this like a comeback fight for Kambosos. It's like, this is hardly a comeback fight. Like, he's going to win. Like, I don't know why they're treating it like this is like the return of Kambosos. Kambosos is going to have one more fight after this, whether it's with Navarrete or Shakur, whichever one wants to step up and get a big name on their resume, so be it. But Kambosos is fighting Lomachenko in his backyard. Like, he has a huge advantage there. And I always have to say it, man. As much as Lomachenko has not looked good in his recent fights, has not looked the best, he's way out of his prime, 3, 4, 5 years out of his prime at this point. This man is a warrior, man. He will go in anybody's backyard and fight them for a world championship. Like, he's done this 3, 4 years, 5, 6 years in a row now. Like, he has not fought in his hometown, in his home country, ever. I can't remember the last time he has.
Who?
Every fighter, Kambosos, or not Kambosos, Lomachenko. Lomachenko is in everybody's backyard, so I got to give him that. Going all the way to Australia is insane for a vacant IBF. The most random belt nobody cares about. And he's going all the way to Australia to fight Kambosos. How defeating must that to be a Lomachenko and fight Devin Haney and practically, I'm a big Devin Haney fan, but the judges might have slipped a couple points in there for Devin Haney on some of the scorecards. That was a closer fight than what they were making it. But to be a Kambosos or to be a Lomachenko and fighting a guy who lost twice to the guy you thought you beat must feel I don't, as a 36-year-old man, I feel defeated that I'm even fighting this guy. I'm sorry. You lost to the guy you lost to the guy twice that I beat in his mind. Lomachenko stinking. He 100% won that fight. That's so defeating, man. And that's kind of the narrative I'm going into this. Not some comeback fight. Because let's be real, man, Kambosos is a good fighter. He's got a lot of speed. He's going to bring a lot of competitiveness early in the fight for Lomachenko, but he is a C-level fighter at best, man. He is a C-level fighter at best. I don't see anything that he presents that is going to be difficult for Lomachenko. As far as, pushing the pace, as far as finding a good rhythm against Lomachenko, those don't exist when you fight a Lomachenko. You don't find a rhythm against Lomachenko. You don't find your distance management against Lomachenko. You don't cut Lomachenko off in the ring. That stuff doesn't exist for Kambosos coming in Saturday. I think he'll give him a few competitive rounds, and I see Lomachenko stopping him later in the fight. That's just how I see it. I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, Grandpa coming back 9 months after losing Devin Haney. All right, man. Let's see what you can do, buddy. Let's see what you can do, old man. Let's see what you can do against Kambosos, old man. But I see it very differently, man. I see Lomachenko walking all over him. He's gonna find his rhythm. He's gonna find he's gonna manage the distance well against Kambosos. He's gonna find his shots, and he's ultimately just gonna dismantle him. I don't see a way Kambosos gets out of this fight, man. I'm gonna be honest.
Damn.
I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said. Flawless. I think, like what you said about Vasyl Lomachenko, I think as the fight goes on, he's going to get better. Kambosos might win some of the early rounds, but he's going to get danced around as the fight progresses.
And he'll come forward, too. He'll give him a fight. He'll get pieced.
The only thing about Loma, though, he doesn't really have like the "I'll sit you down" type of power. He's more so the guy that's going to catch you moving, and as you're moving in off balance, he's going to hit you with a flush shot and flash knock you. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he has a power, but like, I don't know. Kambosos is a dog. Low-key, like he took a fucking beating against a few of these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like Devin beat the brakes off him. And Devin's another guy who like doesn't have the biggest power either.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's never been knocked out. That's the point that I want to make. Yeah. He's never been KO'd. Loma's not a big puncher. Is he the one to do it?
Yeah, Loma's not a big puncher, but he has enough power to disrupt you against the smaller guys. He's finally fighting a smaller guy in his frame. Dude, he's been fighting much bigger fighters for like years now. The Nakatanis, the fucking Devin Haney, Teofimo, like he's been fighting some big dudes, man. Stature wise. So yeah, he didn't have power against these guys, but the smaller guys, man, he can disrupt these guys and put them in TKO them or, a stoppage or something. I think he has enough power for that, but yeah, not flatlining guys. Definitely not.
Yeah,
and I know that's not what you meant, but
no,
I think he has disruptive power for Kambosos. I think he will. I think he'll stop him.
Interesting. Yeah, possibly, dude. I think you kind of proved my point a little bit, so I appreciate you. Yapping a bit. I'm also going Loma, but I think he'll probably go the distance. Yeah, I think Kambosos is gonna take an absolute beating though.
Yeah,
he's just like too tough. Like I seen him on one of the vlogs, like flexing a watch. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? While Loma's in the back, like playing with some beads, just like focused.
Yeah,
like, that's him right there. That's the dude that's Art of War, whatever the fuck Kambo. Like that's him back there. Yeah, that's that guy.
I see a round 10 stoppage for Loma.
Love it.
Yeah, I think this is it for him, man. Like if he loses in any world, he loses his fight. I think he's done. Like, he's never gonna get a title shot again.
Damn.
Like, that's pretty much it, man. Like, his last chance, and it's true though, because his last real, I wouldn't say his last real chance, but his last chance at becoming a champion was against Devin Haney, and so I understand why he was so emotional about that, because he thought he won. But after Kambosos, man, if he doesn't win a fight against this guy, like, that's it, man. Like,
I see what you're saying.
He's 36. Like,
yeah, I see what the point. So it's like, if I can't beat a Kambosos, there's no way I'm beating a real world
he's
champion.
not fighting Navarrete or Shakur
or Gervonta.
Like,
there's killers.
It's just not gonna happen, man. So this is his last chance at obtaining something, and one more fight, man. One more fight against Navarrete or Shakur, man. We'll see. He might become a champion again.
These dudes are fighting at 35 or 30?
30.
Oh.
30. Oh, don't quote me on that.
Let me see. World lightweight. Nah, they're fighting at 35. Yeah, they're fighting for the vacant IBF. 35.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean, Shakur's there. Gervonta's there. Yeah, it's more people for Shakur to tweet at. But speaking of tweet at, speaking of wars, speaking of, this is a fight podcast, right? We talk about combat, we talk about wars. Drake versus Kendrick, who do you think won?
Oh my god, bro! I have no comment on this beef, man. It's clearly like some fake beef, man. Just stirring up Drake's next album or some shit. This shit ain't real, man.
Shit ain't real.
But for the sake of entertainment, I would say Kendrick. Just because he just got way too personal. And they just started getting weird, man. It's just like we're name dropping the kids now. Like,
that's crazy,
man.
Yeah.
But as far as like impact, I would say Kendrick. Like, Kendrick definitely had a lot more impact with his diss records. Drake was just like fucking, I don't even know. I don't know. The shit was stupid. Like, this whole thing is stupid. I know it's fake. It's not real.
Yeah, it probably is fake. You're a conspiracy theorist. I know you love that shit. It probably is. I know. That's why we do this show, man, to talk about our conspiracies together. But my favorite line in all of it was when Drake, like, I don't even care who won, but my favorite was like, dude said, he said, I finally got you making records again. Your fans, tell your fans they're welcome, or some shit like that. That was fire.
Okay, man.
Kendrick, he's been MIA. Anyways.
Okay. Maybe he's had enough. He's just like, man, we've done enough. We did what we needed to do.
We got nothing left. This is like track 15.
Yeah, it's over.
All right.
It's done.
Speaking of done, UFC St. Louis. What's the headline? Derek Lewis, he's fighting Rodrigo Nascimento. What do you think? What do you think of this fight?
Honestly, I don't even think we're talking about Oh man!
All right, we don't really got it. We don't really got to.
We don't really
got to. I just want to talk about like a few fights here. There's some fun ones.
Yeah, I like some of the fights on here, man.
Yeah,
it's
tell
just
me
like
about which one you like. Talk to us.
I like Carlos. Carlos is cool.
Of course you like Carlos.
Carlos is cool. He's a cool guy. Nah. This might be one of the worst cards they've released this year, man.
That Alex Perez and
that one was way better than this one.
Nah, bro, that one was down bad, like bottom of the gutters, like dumpster dung doo-doo type shit. That was a bad card, bro.
It wasn't that bad, man. There were some moments in it.
Yeah, after you watched it, I'm sure we'll say the same thing about this card. But like going into it on paper, that card was fucking dog shit, dude. What happened?
You make a point. You make a point.
Alex Perez had a fun moment, and I'm glad he did because that was the only thing we had to talk about.
That is true. Yeah, because he hadn't won a fight in like some years.
Yeah, because like every single opponent he's had pulled out the past.
Pulled out, or he lost.
Yeah, everybody.
That's so.
Yeah, this St. Louis card is like out of 10. What do you rank it? What do you rank it?
Well, out of 10, like card wise, this is like a 1, dude.
Oh wow,
dude, this is bad. Like, there's not really one fight on here that I think any of the fans are excited for. Besides, you gotta talk for yourself more.
Besides, you're saying crazy shit sometimes. You gotta talk for Josh. Because bro, this is an exciting. Like, there's some fights here that I'm excited about.
Well, I mean.
He said the fans are not excited about a single fight. Like, chill, man. Dana's like, damn, Josh.
Nah, I mean, but it's like the prelims. Like, you know, you've like Tabitha Ritchie and Tisha Pennington is a good fight. I forgot she changed her last name. She got married. Good for her. Yeah, I'm excited.
My fault. Raquel put a ring on it. My fault.
She's not Tisha Torres anymore.
My fault. Champ.
I kind of like Tisha Rocky. Torres. That had a better ring.
My fault. Rocky put a ring on it. That's fire.
Speaking of putting a ring on it, we got Callum Smith's girlfriend, Tabitha Ritchie, fighting as well. This is a good fight. I mean, Tabitha's good. She's just not really like. I don't know. I don't really consider her like a high level fighter yet. I think people are just being extremely horny. But she's good. I think you changed my name again, dude. Dude, you changed my name, dude. This is all of it. This is so bad.
Yo, this is so crazy. What a pod we're creating here. Dude said she's not that good of a fighter. People are just horny.
Like, come on, man.
Yo, that's hilarious.
I mean,
she's kind of nice. Nah.
She is nice, but like, she's nice looking.
All right. Why is this the fight that you pointed out?
Because she fought Loopy and lost. She fought Mannion Fiore and got demolished.
Yeah, that was bad.
There's not really much to say here about her, but she's fighting a veteran. Like, Tisha has fought everybody in that division. Lost to a good chunk of them, but won a good chunk. But I think it'll be a fun fight. I think they'll make it an entertaining scrap. But other than that, like, Chase Hooper, bro, good kid.
That's a poopy.
It's a pooper, dude. And then Derek Lewis, who is 39 years old, I have to say. This man is literally 39, bro. It's crazy, dude. Is that not fucking crazy, dude? He's 39. And he's got knocked out 3 times already in like the past 4 years. Like, there's not much to see on this guy. Like, I swear to God, I thought his last fight, I swear to God, I thought he put the gloves down, man. I swear, I see it now. I know that video was on YouTube. I know he put the gloves down already. I know he did.
Yeah.
I know he did.
Yeah. I don't even. I love Derek Lewis, bro. I'm always with the shits when it comes to D. Lou, man. He's gonna have some people in the attendance, bro. I'm here for it, bro. It's gonna be a first round finish. Either he's gonna finish that dude or that dude's gonna finish him. Let's fucking get it.
He's gonna put the gloves down again. I promise you, he is.
Possibly, man. But keep collecting them paydays, bro. Come on, you don't gotta go nowhere. But
nah, man,
you shat on this card, so I'm gonna give it a little light because I think there's some fun fights on here. The co-main, Joaquin Buckley versus the Uzbekistanian dude who just had a huge win on that card in Jersey a few weeks ago. Who did he fight?
And so did Walk. Walk just came off a fight too.
Yeah, they both
crazy finish.
Yeah, he tried to remember he was trying to get that headlining slot over big Derek Lou.
Not gonna
Boss
lie,
man.
he pieced up Vicente Luque.
Yeah, he did.
And I said it was gonna happen just because Vicente is just on the decline.
Yeah.
I don't know much about this Uzbekistan guy, but just judging by that name and that record, I would be very terrified.
Bro, it was so weird. His last fight, in his post-fight interview, he spoke in his language for like 6 minutes, and then the translator gave us like 15 seconds of translation. It almost felt like that dude was talking to like
nobody.
But like, I don't know. We was talking about conspiracies earlier. I was like, yo, did he just address like the mob or some shit? Like the Uzbekistanian gang? Did he just like shout them out or some shit? And like we did not get the translation.
He was saying fuck the ops, man. He was naming all the ops. Fuck them. Fuck those Uzbek ops.
Yeah, bro. But you'll see it. You'll see in his fight, bro. There's gonna be an outrageous amount of Uzbekis in the stands. You're just gonna see
St.
that.
Louis,
bro. They were everywhere in Jersey. Like just watching, you just see the flags. He had definitely the biggest moment. The biggest pop was him that whole card.
That's wild.
It blew my mind, Jersey? Bro. They come together, bro. Yeah, that the co-main, I think for sure that's a fun fight that I'm excited about. Carlos Ulberg versus Alonzo Menifield. There's no way that's not a banger. Alex Caceres, kickboxer, Bruce Lee's descendant, fighting Sean Woodson.
Bruce Lee's descendant.
Yeah, bro. That dude aspires to be like Bruce Lee. You never heard him talk?
No.
Yeah, I know. It's all good.
I haven't heard him talk.
I
don't think he's ever had much to say.
Nah, go watch an interview, man. He has a lot to say. He has like the legit, like the samurai, not the samurai. That's a different guy. He's definitely like Bruce Lee heavy, Bruce Lee inspired. Be like, whoa. Anyways, he's fighting Sean Woodson. It's like 6'3", somehow squeezes that to 145. There's no way that's not an interesting matchup.
The guy used to be like a heavyweight, right?
Yeah, I'm not done there. There's this dude that everybody keeps talking about, and that's that 6'5" kickboxer. I think he's 6'5" or 6'7", called nicknamed the Big Boy. Starting the main card, he's fighting the Waldo Cortez Acosta, the Dominican dude. I think that's gonna be a fun fight. Everybody is gassing up Robelis Despain.
Oh, Robelis de España.
Yeah, everybody's gassing him up.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that fight.
He's been hyped. I've been looking at his fights. He has insane power, but like he's knocking everybody out in like 9 seconds. Like, yeah. We haven't seen a full fight from this guy yet, so I don't know. I don't pay much stock yet.
Yeah, I imagine this fight goes longer than 10 seconds. I think that guy, the Waldo dude, is better than that. And we'll see though. We'll see how he looks as the fight progresses. But the absolute the fight on this card, top to bottom, that I think everybody's sleeping on, and it has all the makings of fight of the night, best fight. Can you guess?
Tabitha Ritchie, Keisha Pennington.
That was a good time.
Nah?
But nah. Charles Johnson, Jake Hadley. That's a banger. That's a banger fight right there.
Or it'll be Despagne that steals it and knocks the guy out in 10 seconds.
Kicks his head to the 12th row. It's a possibility.
It's his head to the 12th row.
It's a possibility, 100%. But I think top to bottom, skill versus skill, Charles Johnson, Jake Hadley, that's the funnest fight, bro.
Skill-wise?
Skill-wise. I think there's so evenly matched. If it goes to the ground, it'll be high level. On the feet, it's high level. Like, these are two guys who are not ranked, but it's just a matter of time until they're both up there in title contentions and competing with the best guys in the world. And also fighting on this card, Billy Goff, New England native, local guy, fought at Cage Titans and around the region. Fights out of Connecticut right now, so he's representing on a big stage, and I hope he brings it home against Trey Waters, who's a fellow striker, tall dude. But those guys are coming to bang. So I'm pumped about that one. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to from UFC St. Louis. I know you're not too hyped about it, but there's a few pieces here that are definitely things that the MMA fans could look forward to.
Yeah, just don't put out an event if it's gonna be weak. Like, just put out the best events possible. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
This event did not need to happen. It could have been, you could have put all these guys on a much better event, much bigger stage. And that's what these guys deserve. They all deserve a better spotlight. This is just terrible.
I mean, at least they get a crowd. At least they're not in front of nobody. That's a stage.
We said that about Brazil, and a lot of empty seats. You know, Dana's gonna be like, sold out crowd.
That's a fact. Yeah, that Brazil card was dog shit water. It's this card. Anyways, St. Louis will be fun. Kambosos versus Loma, I think, is the real highlight that combat sports fans should be looking forward to. It's what I'm most looking forward to this weekend. Although we both think it'll be a one-sided display classic out of Loma. There's fun fights, man. Fun fights this weekend. So check them out. Thank you to listening to this point of the podcast. Please follow us, subscribe to us, buy the shirts at thehbshop.com. Yeah, and catch us next time. We'll be reacting to all these fights we just talked about. Until then, take it easy.